It's always good to keep a record of your development process. So here's a short devlog for this game, from concept to prototype. I have a big passion for creating games. Here are some of my works. It's my hobby and I love making interesting things. If my game gets enough attention, I would love to launch it on a major platform like Steam. This goal sounds far away from here, but I'm thinking about it. For the next project, my first milestone is to finish making a prototype. First, I needed to clarify the game's concept. I think the most important part is having a clear vision of how the game works. I had to polish my idea until I had a clear image of a game I would actually enjoy playing. I started with a very vague idea, a cozy puzzle game. To polish my concept, I used AI chat tools as my assistant. They were powerful tools that gave me a lot of ideas, helping turn my unclear vision into something clear and simple. Here's my starting prompt: any cozy puzzle game ideas? They gave me several ideas. I picked a few and brainstormed again and again until I finally arrived at the specifications for the prototype. The name of the game is Stitching Seasons, because the core of the game is solving a puzzle to stitch an embroidery piece. Here's how the stitching puzzle works. You start with an embroidery hoop and see some clues on the canvas. You use these clues to finish the embroidery, revealing a cute heart image at the end. The next step is to make a playable prototype based on these specs. I hope to show you a fun prototype in the next update. I'm playing the first prototype, but honestly, it's just boring. I need to go back to the concept phase. I'm going to need more time to finalize the core idea. It's the weekend day off. I spent an hour or two polishing my prototype and spent the rest of the time bonding with my daughters. Ideally, a prototype should only take a day or two to finish, but I spent a lot more time working on this one because I felt like it was missing something. I added visual effects, sound, and polished the stages, but it still felt like it lacked that special spark. I've realized this concept just doesn't have the potential to become a truly fun game, so I needed to move on to our next project. But before I move on, I want to clean it up and finalize this prototype. I've finalized my prototype, so let me show you what I made. This is a stitching puzzle game. I used some fantastic free character assets only for this prototype, and I'll be sure to credit the author. Huge thanks to them. In the game, you play as a shop owner running an embroidery business. Customers come in and ask the owner to stitch an embroidery design onto their clothes. Creating the embroidery is where the puzzle mechanics come in. You need to finish the design using the clues provided on the left and the top of the canvas. I explored various puzzle designs and tried different styles. As a result, I landed on a classic nonogram style puzzle. I really wanted to make the gameplay feel satisfying, so I added specific animations, visual effects, and sound effects for each type of stitch. Once a design is completed, the record is added to your journal. Then, a new customer arrives and the next puzzle begins. This is the end of the devlog. Since the game lacks that special spark, I won't be developing it any further. But I want to keep it as a good memory, so I've decided to post this video as a devlog anyway. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next project.